it comes.
It's doing it, it's doing it.
As soon as you start to spin and break that surface, it's all over.
It's the tail end of a massive wet season in the Cape. And right now, we're in the middle of a wild adventure on the remote west coast. Holy heckin' balls. That's next level.
That is wild, eh?
We're here in search of an elusive fish, the Saratoga, and some secret fishing spots protected by miles and miles of four-wheel drive swallowing black soil country.
Oh! What happened, mate?
Put the windscreen wipers on! I've got it! Put them on! After 2 days of pushing through deep crossings and thick mud, the black soil is starting to take its toll.
Give it a few revs.
Not even a metre, 20 centimetres. The MITS 79 has gone down hard, and despite all our efforts, it's sinking deeper and deeper into the mud. Nah, not a hope. We've tried every trick we can think of, but with night falling, there's only one option left, and that's to just keep digging.
Our biggest challenge is to break through the suction of the mud on the 79. If we can't do that, all we'll do is drag the four-wheel drive further into that soft mud. After a few more hours of digging, it's time for another recovery attempt.
I think this is an attempt at winching more than anything else, just so we can all have a bit of a break on the shovel and just see if it moves a fracco. Yeah, I think you just need hope in situations like this. If you take the hope away, you lose a lot. So we're just going to give it another quick little winch here and just see if we can just move it that much, then we'll get back into digging, and that much, get back into digging, and see how we go.
Okay, far away. Yep, it's moving. It's moving. That's good. Keep it going like that. Keep it going. 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 This is lovely. This is really good, boys. This is good.
It's coming up. Tire's coming up.
Pumpkin, I can see pumpkin. That tire?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, just keep it going.
And finally, it looks like we've broken the hold of the mud. The 79 isn't out yet, but those spring hangers are clear of the muck. We could be in with a shot here.
Ah! We've got this.
Woo!
The 79 might be starting to move, but the work is far from over. Each time the big rig budges, it pushes a heap more dirt ahead of it, and so it's back to the shovels before trying the winch again.
Yeah, that's good.
Here it comes. Here it comes.
Nah.
By repeating this process over and over, we should be able to stop the 79 from digging deeper into the mud.
Look at that, it's like concrete.
Inch by inch, we're getting the job done, and finally we're getting to some harder ground. This could be the one.
Okay, winch when you're ready.
Yes, yes,
Hey.
yes.
When that spring hanger's up,
Once it gets up on this.
game on. We've got
Have a little drive as well, Tim.
And would you look at that? After over 4 hours on the tools, the big rig is finally coming free. That's a feel-good story for the boys. Woo! Oh, it's so good. Oh, it's so good.
Here you come, here you come. Here it is.
You'll be able to drive your own
Have a
steam.
drive. Have a drive, you mad son.
One of the bunny legends!
Oh, look at that!
That's incredible.
Look at the dirt we dug by hand.
That's next level.
That's incredible, mate.
Well done, brother.
Well done. Well done,
man.
Well done, boys.
That's good stuff.
Jocko!
We've done it.
We made it.
Well, mate, I don't know about you, but let's get him out of this little bit. Just around here.
At this stage of the day, this looks like the perfect campsite.
It really does.
You know, add a little bit of fire and, you know, that'll do me. Let's just go. Yeah. Yeah.
Good work, boys. Let's get a fire going.
That's got to be one of the biggest recoveries we've done in a long, long time. But I don't reckon the mud is done with us quite yet. We've got another 20 k's of black soil country to get through to make it to that fishing hole. And it'll just get wetter the further we go. That's a problem for tomorrow though. Right now, it's time to make camp and kick back with a couple of iron jacks.
Righto guys, it's competition time. I've got to say, that's the most stuck we've ever been on a full drive 24/7 trip. Now, I want to hear from you guys. What is the most stuck you've been? Because the best comment below is going to get themselves a brand new Shot Customs t-shirt. That's right, just like the one I'm wearing right now. You can win one by letting us know how bogged you've been down below. For me, I'm going to go get a beer and just have a think about today because it's pretty wild. The best camps are often the totally unplanned ones. And with the fire cranking and the canvas out, this spot is about as good as any.
I don't know about today, 10Ks. I would call it a success given the
Big
circumstances.
success, mate. Look, we're all smiling from ear to ear. It doesn't get much better than that. We're all out of the bog holes.
That's
we're on
the best
high,
thing.
dry ground with
That's
a
the best
fire
thing.
and a cold one.
We've got about half the distance we've done from the turn off to get to the secret Saratoga fishing ground.
Wow.
Roughly speaking.
Wow. Imagine like just how rewarding it's going to be when I'm holding a Saratoga and you're taking a photo of my Saratoga for me. Like, far out. We're all going to have a good time, aren't we?
I don't reckon. I can't wait to sit on the bank and drink a beer and do nothing, and I'll catch a fish.
We're match fit for it after all that digging today, so.
It's not like the marlin hits, I'm ready.
Oh, we're ready. Ready.
Well, I reckon, let this die down, put a barbecue plate on it. We've got some
Yeah.
dirty big beef ribs in there.
We've got some ribs, we've got a couple of
Yum.
steaks.
Yep. Couple of beers.
That'll do. I like the sound of that. Cheers, boys. Good
Cheers,
big
lads.
day,
Big
eh?
day.
Big day.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate. Big day.
In the morning light, we can see clearly the aftermath of last night's bogging, just a few metres from camp. The track we're following will take us through many of these swampy crossings, and the forbies are already starting to look pretty battle-worn. We still don't know how bad conditions will get or even if it's possible to make it to our destination. But to be honest, that's what makes adventures like this so good. Now, speaking of adventure, Tim has been putting the MITS 79 through hell on our recent trips, and their new canopy design has been put through its paces as well. Morning, mate.
Morning, Mr. Graham. How are you?
I was just over there and I was boiling up a cup of coffee on the back of the 47. There's tin cans
Yeah.
rolling around the back. It's all wet and horrible. I looked across at you,
Yeah, there's
Mr.
a bit
Luxury.
on over there. Yeah, there's a
Over
bit
here.
on over here, and there's a bit on over there. It's been 6 weeks this year so far
Yep.
living out of this thing.
Yep.
I've had Harry and Tony.
Yep.
So two of us, two
Yep.
blokes living out of this single cab, and it's been perfect, really.
I think having you, the owner of the company, coming out on these trips and doing it, actually doing it,
Yeah.
really separates you.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if you don't get out and use the gear, you don't know what you're doing. You get in there and you think you know what the customers want and what
Yep.
people want to use, and yeah, if we're not out there having a crack.
Spending 6 weeks remote out
Yeah.
of your own canopy.
Yeah, and you find out you want less. The
Yeah,
more
yeah.
stuff we jam in, and the more parts we build to put in,
Yep.
it takes up more space.
She's pretty tough too. We use it to.
Yeah.
well,
Oh yeah.
that's the
Have a
backup.
look. Have a look at this.
So here's the scene of the crime, mate. It's
Yes.
slightly bad. It's not too bad, but
Yeah.
does need replacing. How does that work?
It does. So the back end of all the new Gen 2 stuff is fully replaceable. Like if you actually bend that
Yep.
and break it, and all of the under tray stuff, under tray guards, boxes, all that bits and
Yeah,
pieces.
yeah.
You bin that, I'll send it out cost price. You got to send me a photo
Right.
and tag us on Instagram with it of how you done it.
That's
what I
crazy.
want to see.
That piece there in the mail will
Yep.
arrive.
Yep.
You bolt it back in again.
4 bolts. Done.
And cost price.
Just, I want people to use their gear. They spend a lot of money on this stuff and then they baby it and they're
Yeah,
too scared to actually
yeah.
go and have a crack. So,
So you're
get
saying
into it.
have a crack, just let me know.
Yeah, I want to see it.
That's sick.
Yeah.
That's super sick. Well, mate, I've had enough of you. I'm going to go back to bloody Hobbitville over here in the back of the old 47. I'm going to leave you to your luxury villa.
Thank
I'll
you.
see you a bit later.
We're used to living life pretty grubby on our remote trips, but for this adventure I've bolted on a nifty little addition from Kick-Ass to the D-Max that makes life a little more comfortable. Now how's that? A portable shower. That's living, hey?
After a quick brekkie on the camper, it's time to pack up camp and get ready for the challenges ahead. What I do, just part of my morning ritual on a farm truck is to check the top radiator hose, and in particular I've got a little sock in there that's going to catch, hopefully, all of the scale and rust and stuff that's been left in this engine. You've got to remember this engine is about 40 years old and it's been sitting around for a long period of that time. So obviously the 2,000 Ks just to get up here, a lot of that rust and scale actually went into the radiator, and that's what was overheating. Now I've got a sock on here, so every morning I can sort of monitor how much is picking up. You'll be surprised what actually gets caught in this sock. So we'll just have a look at this here. There we go. This is all the stuff that's just caught from the last 12 hours inside here. So all this sort of rust and scale, and just, it's not very nice. If you look at the colour of that, it's all rusty and stuff like that. I'm doing this every single day. So even after driving this thing for a couple of weeks, you're still finding that every single day. It's just amazing, but it's a good little tip as well. If you've got an old truck, and especially you haven't been worked real hard because it's been sitting around a lot, little top radiator sock can be a way to go. All right, we'll top that back up, put this back in, clean it up, and otherwise, she's going like a champion. Staying on top of preventative maintenance is so important out in the bush. And for the Mitts boys, that's as simple as trying to get some of that thick mud out of their brakes. But if the conditions today are anything like we've seen so far, I reckon there's plenty more of that to come.
And sure enough, just meters from camp, the ground is turning wet again, and soon enough we're at another suspicious looking crossing.
Come on, farm truck. Please don't fail me now.
If we don't make it,
Oh, they're in trouble.
we really are.
Second gear or third gear one?
Hey, third.
Yes!
The farm truck has made it easy, but as we now know, the more vehicles that come through, the harder these crossings get.
Now I'm going to try and stay out of Sean's ruts. He tried to do the same with the camera vehicle's ruts.
Sure enough, Jocko's in strife, but he's been smart here and he's backed off early.
I'm not that stuck.
Jocko's done the perfect thing. He's been really cautious here. D-Max started to go down, so he's off the power. And as you can see, he hasn't really broken through the crust. So, you know, you could probably just drive out in the max tracks. We're not taking any chances. We're going to winch up and just get him through this bit. And hopefully, you boys have to take a different line than this. This one's now second hand. You don't want that again.
With the combination of a couple of max tracks and the winch, this one is a smooth recovery. But it shows just how treacherous this country can be.
That's right.
This is like a little finger that's coming out of a main creek system, a feeder system. We're following along that feeder system, and we've got 9 of these to go to get to where we're going today. I'll let you ponder on that for a while.
Well, Sam's up next. He's got the big 200. He's got also 35-inch Goodyear, so look, the tyres are going to do their job. He's got the extra clearance that the big tyres give him, but he still doesn't want to sit in those tracks because, believe it or not, once you break the surface here, a 35 isn't even big enough. You'll just go straight to the bottom and chassis out, and then that's the end of you. So you'll have to choose a slightly different line, and everyone's going to have to choose a different line. I might be up in the bush in a second, but that's okay, as long as we don't get stuck.
That's one way to do it.
Oh.
Straight through.
Wow.
Oh.
Just that last little bit where he dipped down, I
got
thought,
scared.
oh.
Yeah.
All right, no one else is taking the track.
All right, Bailey, you got a bit of a plan, mate?
Yeah, I reckon I'm going to come up on that bank there and just give it everything.
Yeah, give it a good go, mate. Look, obviously where Sam went, if you tried to do that, you'll be stuck. Those ruts are up to your knees now, so stay out of those, and I think you'll be all right.
All right, so we're going to take up on the right-hand side of it all. I think that's the ticket through there.
Yeah, it's got it. Got it. Ah, it feels good.
That's the go.
We're one water crossing closer to Saratoga fishing if you don't get stuck.
Timmy.
Oh, no. Look how boggy it is in there, too.
Third time's the charm, my man.
That was nuts. That is a whole lot of fun.
Every faith, bro. Every faith.
Right, mate. Well, good luck at this one. Do your best. We're all rooting for you, mate.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to give it a red hot nudge. Not too much boogie, a little bit of boogie.
Tim's gone for a similar line to Bailey so far.
That's it.
But the second car rule strikes again, and the mid-struck goes down.
Stop.
Just goes to show, Power and big tyres are still no match for this type of bog, so it's out with the recovery gear.
Yep, look.
Luckily though, this time it's a reasonably straightforward winch and the boys are soon out of trouble.
Have a drive, Tim. Have a little drive, just a little one.
Gently, gently.
Woo.
So I think we might have unlocked a bit of a secret here. It's a bit like one of those computer games where you've got to unlock treasures in order to move forward. You don't give it all the bunty through here.
Yep.
You just idle through, don't break the surface and
Well,
If
mate,
you do, stop.
stop. That's the key, though. Just stop.
Yep.
As long as we can see your leaf spring hangers, you're in a good spot.
as long as we can see the canopy.
We're in a good spot.
Righto. Anthony's turn now.
Anthony's tried to split the difference between the existing tracks and find some fresh ground. But the mud has got other ideas and he's almost instantly sunk down. The best thing here would be to recover him backwards, but of course, he's the last vehicle. So we come up with a plan to send the lightest vehicle back around, and that of course is the 47.
Just like with the Mitts truck yesterday, we're using a high lift jack to try and break the suction on the back tyre. Otherwise, of course, we'll just be dragging Anthony's rig further into the mud. And it does the trick, giving us a bit of space to dig around and drop a Max Trax under.
That's it, job, Ada. It's coming. Don't spin.
Don't spin.
Stop. Just, that's it. Let neutral happen. How good's this?
And just like that, he's out.
Yep, you're back in safe ground. It's funny, I've never been as excited as to see a vehicle just rise up out of the mud.
It's always the best. It means less digging and
You can breathe
more
easy.
Saratoga fishing, ideally.
The nasty point that I should raise here is we've got 9 more of these to go
Yep.
to get to an ideal spot.
I think it's going to be okay, but we just got to really subscribe to the theory you do not drive on someone else's wheel tracks. You even touch them, look at them, just even know they're over there, you're going to go down.
You're going to get stuck, yeah. Anthony, I suggest you go a long way that way.
Would you look at this stuff? It's unbelievable. Folks, you ever taken your rig through mud like this? Let us know in the comments. I'd really love to hear from you.
Oh, what's the time?
We're soon creeping our way forward through the swamps and focusing on keeping everyone on their own line through the wet sections. And I've got to say, the farm truck is just loving it.
Around the bend is another creek system, and the track just disappears into the middle of it.
What's your plan here, mate? Slow and steady?
just going to go real slow and steady and use the advantage of being a light rig to get through.
It's been a sick rig. It's not even an issue.
Nah, nice and slow is the key. As soon as you start to spin and break that surface, it's all over.
Like so many of these crossings, things really get spicy once you get 1 or 2 sets of wheel tracks on them. And the rest of the convoy is looking for a different route around this section.
Righto, so a couple of the boys and I just went for a little walk up through the grass, see if we can find a path. We reckon we found one, but I'm just gonna have to follow my nose a bit and see what happens. So I'm gonna turn in here. I'm feeling confident at the moment. I reckon, boys, if you come up this way and don't follow my tyre tracks, might be in with a bit of luck.
This is soft. Tell you what, if you go down here, oh, it's gonna be hours of digging.
So far, so good. It looks like everyone's made it through, and we're another crossing closer to our goal. But up ahead, it's the camera car that's the next to go down. The boys have tried their own line through a section of bog and sunk right through. Luckily for us, in this case, Jock is able to just hook them up to the runver on the D-Max and winch them out of trouble. When it rains, it pours though. Further back, Sam is the next victim.
What have you done, Big Sammy? Oh, mate, it is just, see that? It's like it looks like grass, but it's not. It's so deceiving. It's something a whole lot worse than grass. It's deceptively soft. You just don't realise how soft it actually is. And you can't really tell on camera. I don't reckon it'll come out, but it's just, You drive it in the grass and it just goes, brah. Yesterday I was the only one, but today everyone's having a turn, so it makes me feel a little better.
At this point, we're all pretty good at backing off as soon as we feel that traction break. But even so, getting out is a real struggle.
Once you sink in, you just stay down and drag the black soil with you, and you just keep, you don't pop up and out of it because it's so soft and the vehicle just takes it with it. It's black soil country.
Soon, we're on to yet another crossing, and once again, there's a new victim.
So this winch rope's worked pretty hard and it's snapped. And to be honest, because the winch rope's probably pretty stuffed, it's gonna keep snapping, but just to get us out of strife, I've just joined the two ends together. As long as this knot doesn't pass back into the drum, it just means we have to keep this much winch cable out of it. Then when Bailey gets home, he can replace the winch rope, but it'll need replacing anyway, so this will just get us out of strife for now.
The problem at the moment though is that the Maverick has broken through the mud, and so winching forward is just going to bog it deeper. Once again, it looks like a rear recovery is the go. I've soon got the D-Max back across on a different line and the Runva hooked up. Plus, we're using some Max Tracks under the camper to help pop those wheels up as we winch. The camper and vehicle are soon on the move, but now there's a new problem. The Maverick's coming out of the mud, but it's left some big ruts behind that are just going to swallow Bailey's vehicle. And we know by now just how badly that can go.
Stop.
I think camper's got to come off here. Rightio, we got the trailer off. That actually went remarkably smoothly. Now we'll just try and winch it back, winch Bailey back, hook him back up, drive through, go and catch a big old Saratoga.
With the trailer unhooked, we're making better progress, and we've quickly got the Maverick heading out of the mud. With the kind of adventures we do, it's a good thing this tough little camper has got 2 rated recovery points on the rear. Okay, that's the trailer out. Now time for the vehicle.
Just want to take this one forward. There's a nice little tree to winch off, and this ground here looks relatively dry. So we get him up there, turn around, somehow get back, hook the trailer up, and we've got to find a whole new way for Bailey to get maybe right up there. We'll have to, he might be a couple of 100 metres up there, he might have to turn right up and go around, but that's the dry area.
Slow and steady is the ticket, using zero drive and just letting the winch do the work.
That's it, just whatever you're doing, stay doing that.
Now you want to go hard left hand down and just idle out of here.
And with that, Bailey's out and then back around to collect the camper.
Yep. Well, you don't see that every day. You get so stuck with the camper trailer, end up taking the camper trailer off, winch that out, then the vehicle out, and now we're going to basically have round 2.
Yeah, that's normally a bit of a chore. But
that would be half a day sometimes. We've been there. We've been there before. That was actually really easy.
Super easy, yeah.
So,
I gotta say, the trailer has actually been the star of the show. It's just hanging in there.
It just winched it straight out, and it actually came out on its own pretty well. Yep. It was able to be winched out. We're going to find another way. I'm thinking.
Yeah, if we go that way,
fair way,
south, a long, long way.
Yep.
We might just make it through.
After another massive day of winching, digging, and creeping over black soil, we're finally getting close to the fishing spot we've been told about, and the chance to catch a Saratoga. If our maps are correct, the secret lagoon we've been looking for should be just up ahead. This Saratoga fishing spot, I'll tell you what,
it's become mythical.
We're going left or right?
Left here, mate, through there.
You reckon it's pretty wet?
Yeah, it's wet, but you're not going to get to a fishing spot without getting a little bit wet, mate.
Yeah.
Oh, shivers. Oh, wet. Oh, wet.
I wouldn't send everyone through that.
No. It should be right at it. Look at it. Look at it.
Oh,
look at it.
There's a creek.
Look at it. Yes. Yes.
Not even going to turn. Don't get the Saratoga. I'm not even going to take. No, I'm not even going to turn the car off. I'm just getting out. Not even going to put the brake.
Check that out, folks. A pristine wet season billabong that won't have seen a line cast in years. Sean and I have been waiting for the chance to catch this fish, and this could be our best chance ever.
Well, we finally arrived. Oh, I'm touchy. We finally arrived. I tell you what, if I can not get snagged and we get ourselves a fish here, look how beautiful this place is. I mean, it'd be a bonus just to be here. After all the effort we've gone to reach one of the most remote parts of this property, right up the northern end, to To catch a fish here would be an absolute bonus. So I'm going to stop talking for a little bit. I'm going to get my game face on. See if I can't show you one of the most beautiful fish you've ever seen. Saratoga.
Now, we've had a bit of a bet going on as to who can hook this elusive fish first. And there's some iron jacks and quite a bit of pride on the line. But I reckon the biggest thing in my favour is the fact that Sean can never seem to catch a fish on camera.
Yep, Saratoga. Beautiful. Oh, no!
Isn't that right, mate?
Oh, my goodness.
Eat your heart out, Graham, because I get the hook up and this one looks like it's an absolute weapon.
Just there. I can just see him. Come on, up he come. Oh, no!
Just as I thought I was in with a chance, turns out some of the locals have got their own ideas. And soon this fella is trying to chase my lure.
You're going to smoke it. Yes, get him, get him.
Finally, though, I've got one hooked.
Yeah, we're on.
Oh,
Look at that.
Nice one.
Look at that.
This is what we've come all this way for. This is one of the most prehistoric fish you will ever see.
That's sick.
Have a look at how beautiful that is. Saratoga. I've literally been waiting my whole life to catch one of these. Couldn't be happier. 4 days, countless bogs, and have a look at how beautiful that fish is. Pink dots on him. I could cry. I'm gonna get him back in the water. In you get, buddy. He's gone. Cape York, Saratoga, 4-wheel driving, camping, fishing, beers with the boys. Ah!
Yeah, I tell you, this is just about as good as life gets. Making it to a spot like this after days of battling it out in the bush, I reckon this is the perfect place to pull up for the night as well.
Dream location, never go at this Western Cape, early season, nobody up here, private property, we've got access to this. So thankful to the owners letting us on here, but folks, this is what it's all about. Do your research, ring around, find these places, get in here, get a mission going, get your mates. We have literally pulled up on this lagoon today. Everybody's caught Saratoga. Even Shauno managed to get one in the end, which I'm so stoked about because he's starting to look a bit glum. We're not even going to move tonight. We're literally just leaving the trucks parked right here. We're going to get a fire going over here, a couple of beers, some steaks, maybe try and catch a Saratoga at night. Who knows, but who cares, really? If you can't tell, this is just one dirty, grubby, smelly, but exceedingly satisfied man. This is everything to me. This is my whole world. I love this stuff. Folks, I hope you're putting this on your bucket list. The western side of the Cape. Come up here. Enjoy it like I have.
Now, of course, getting here is only half the adventure. We've still got to make it back out of this swampy country, and I reckon I've still got to catch a Saratoga on camera that's bigger than Graham's. But that can be a job for tomorrow.
We awake this morning to another perfect day in Cape York. Our plan from here is to push on around a loop that should take us back out of this river system and onto drier ground. From what we've been told though, some of the biggest challenges could still be ahead of us. But with the only alternative being to backtrack the way we've come, forward seems like the best option. We reckon we could be in for another big day today. So we're going to make an early start, but not before taking the opportunity to drop a line in again in this beautiful waterway. Unfortunately for Shauno, he's had a few bites but still nothing to show on camera. So he'll be keeping a keen eye out on our way back out for a chance to redeem himself. For now though, it's time to hit the tracks.
Big day. Well, big day, mate. Try and get out of here. I had a bit of a walk yesterday and it looks very, very muddy up in front. I was even thinking we might change the convoy up for a little bit.
Oh yeah, what are you thinking? Maybe get some of the heavier vehicles that are more likely to break that surface through first, or what's the go?
Yeah, exactly right. I was thinking like the big 200 series and the camper, get them up front, and then I'll sort of go behind those guys. I'm nice and light, so even if I do get stuck, it's not too bad.
Yeah, for sure. Well, maybe the old D-Max isn't that heavy either, so I'll probably do the same, but sounds like we've got our work cut out for us then, eh?
Yeah, definitely, mate. It's going to be a big day. I'm just pulling over here, mate. I'll let you boys jump in front if you like.
Copy. Let's hook in and give it a go.
Alright, first car through today, because obviously the 200's a big heavy thing, and this ground is pretty soft.
Which way Big Sambo gonna go?
I feel like he should straddle these pig holes.
Or go in them. Yeah, he's got it. He's got it. Look at
That's
this. Just watch the surface as he goes over it. See, it's not. It hasn't got that
too
belly
bad.
effect.
Yeah, but once a few cars go over it,
Yeah, I know.
Going good,
Good work, Sambo. Good work.
Nice and slow.
It's hard bottom.
Yeah. Sambo's doing the right thing too. Idling through, no wheel spin.
Yes, yes. Well done, Bailey. Well done. Up.
Ooh, that was close.
Wasn't much in that.
Nice. Slow.
You just never know. This is one of the worst looking bog holes of the lot. And so far, look, we shouldn't get so excited. 2 cars have been through, but I've got a bit of confidence about this.
I'm going to ask a favour. Can I take the 47 through this bog hole?
Go for it.
You can do whatever you want, mate.
All right, Graham. Oh, look at this. Just easy on the clutch, mate.
Sorry, mate.
Just, you know, look, the way I explain it to young drivers like yourself, mate, is every smooth gear change is one extra you'll get in the end. So, oh, here we go. Oh, come on now.
What?
Been driving long, champ. No, this is good. This is good. This is good.
I'm a bit nervous here because if I kook it, you haven't got it bogged once. Oh, you got it bogged to the river, but
In
everyone
the
got
river.
bogged to the river.
Yeah.
Shall I go over this way? How about over here? No?
It's up to you, mate.
Nah.
You are the captain now.
Oh, no.
Look at this. Look at this, folks. This
Hard
is,
to find those pig wallows.
oh, you're about to find one right now. Now, cooking this up on his first drive of the trip in front of the boys would be pretty embarrassing. So, lucky for Graham, the farm truck just cruises on through. Easy done.
Yeah,
Easy
we'll
done.
get through there.
Easy done. The big farm truck, she doesn't skip a beat.
Nah, she's probably been down this track before. Please don't sink. Please don't sink. Look at that. It's the worst looking bog of the entire trip so far. And it's the easiest one we've done.
Hallelujah. We're making slow and steady progress through the endless swampy sections of this river system. But you can never get complacent in a place like this, and soon enough, the mud is fighting back.
Oh, Tone. We've gone down. It's so boggy here too.
Tim and Tones are super lucky on this one though, and with a slow and careful winch, they're back on hard ground. But hard ground is in short supply here, and we're soon back into wet country.
Mate, have a go how close we are to the
I know.
swampy.
I know.
Feels soft under there, you can feel it.
Just sinking down.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, is he
We
down?
got a vehicle down and a bonnet up, I think.
Oh, no.
Anthony's gone down hard here, and would you just look at that black soil? It literally swallows your vehicle. Once again, the trick is no drive and a slow, steady winch. Anthony is on his way to freedom, but we're a long way from being out of trouble yet.
Unfortunately, we're still in the thick of it out here, and looking at the GPS map, it continues along here for several kilometres, so this might be us for another couple of days yet. Let's see how we go.
So, I'm choosing not to seatbelt up. Main reason is because, look, you're new to driving the farm truck, mate, and I just want to be able to make sure I can bail if I need to.
I don't blame you.
Are we going up in there?
Yeah, mate, yeah. Watch this. Hopefully it's not really boggy in here.
And then you're going to cut left?
Yeah, I'm going to cut left here.
Yeah, very good. Look at this. This is how we do it.
And then I'm going to go straight ahead here.
Yep.
Onto the track, mate.
Yep. You got a little stump there, you can see.
See him.
Yep. Oh, that's soft.
Really
That's soft.
is.
That's soft. We're actually broken the surface here, but it's light enough where it just chucks it on. Oh, hang on, we might be down.
Stuck.
We might be down, just like that.
That's all it takes, mate.
Had to winch myself out again.
Gee whiz, it doesn't take much. I just felt that go.
It's not even down that much.
Nah,
It's just down.
I stopped straight away. The key really here, folks, you've seen us all do it. As soon as you feel that truck just lose traction and start to bottom out, stop. Don't think you can power through it, because you might have all the power in the world. You ain't going to power through black soil.
Well, how's this though? Graham's been driving the big farm truck for, I don't know, about 48 seconds. Bogged straight away. I've been driving it for about 3 days.
Listen, drivers, mate, they can't handle it.
Can't handle the horsepower, probably.
Mates, who needs them, eh?
Look at the ground. Look at the ground.
That's crazy.
It's just moving like you're driving on a waterbed.
Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. Yep. Well played. Well played. It's a real team sport, this one.
Every once in a while, we hit a dry section of track and think we're finally out of trouble, only to get around the bend and find ourselves once again in trouble. And this time, we've really cooked it.
Well, mate, look, I don't want to be mean or anything, but, you know, you've been in the driver's seat for about 2 minutes and 2 times you've been bogged.
Yeah, well, it's the hardest part of the trip, so I'm glad you actually
this is it.
give me the keys. Otherwise, we'd be on our roof right now, mate. I might be bogged, but we've still got our wheels on the ground.
Just, mate. Look,
this is tough.
This is really tough. We're just driving in. We decided to back off, and that's when it all went pear-shaped. We just went straight down.
Yep.
Had a bit of a winch. As you can see, it hasn't gone well for us, so we're going to try and winch off the track, get out into that hard ground where you walk up there.
Give it a go, mate. That's all we can do.
Yep. We've got to somehow pivot the 47, like it doesn't weigh heaps, and hopefully just winch out that way.
I'll use the strong arm steering. Let's give it
All
a
right,
go.
I'll get it that way. Here it comes, here it comes. Yes. And we're out. Look at this stuff. Have a go.
This country is absolutely relentless, and it seems like there's no escaping this mud.
The other boys have picked a different line around that bog, but they're not having an easy time of it themselves.
What's all going on here? The 47's stuck. Sam's just gone down behind me. Their max is okay, but I'm not going to take the same line as the 47. It's all happening. How good's this, eh?
After a few hours more spent running winches, what we'd really like right now is to actually make it through a crossing on our own steam. Graham, it's all on you, mate.
I'm not going to hang around for this one.
Do not hang around.
Oh, come on! Oh, I'm better than this! I'm better than this!
Are you though? Are you better than this? Good. Let's go. Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Oh, you're kidding me. How far did you walk?
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Don't back off.
I'm not.
Yep.
Foot flat, bro.
Maybe a quick second. Don't miss it. Don't miss it.
We got this.
Yeah. Well done. That's wild.
Yeah, that's
We
crazy.
nearly went down then.
100%.
Look at that. Look at my arm. Give you an idea what's going on around here.
That was crazy.
You're going to help me clean it, right?
It looks soft. Oh, I should have put my window up. Oh, no.
Now, as you know, the whole reason we came here was for the chance to hook a Saratoga, and Sean's still looking for his. And at the last minute, I think he's finally done it.
Out of there, whale.
That's a real one. That's a big boy. Yes. That is a big lump of a Saratoga just out of this little bit of skinny water here, little lagoon. He just smashed it off a lily pad, and that is what it came here. This is fish of a lifetime. You're not going to get too any bigger toga than that. At least I'm not, I don't reckon. That is, I had to go swimming, as you can see. He got stuck around a branch and I just wasn't going to lose him. Don't suggest you do that at home though. That is a beautiful, beautiful fish. Have a go at him.
Yes! Yes, yes, yes! Shauno, congratulations, mate. That really is the fish of a lifetime. But the adventure is far from over, because up ahead is another massive challenge.
I get excited. You're all right. Don't miss a gear, mate.
Righto!
Get it out of the wheel tracks.
Shush!
Okay. Well, stay in the wheel tracks. No, he's gone off. He's gone off them. Yeah, up. High side.
Put the windscreen wipers on!
I've got it.
Put them on! Diddle-doo! Make the diddle-doo sound!
Get that dog.
Yes! We did it!
Oh, there was water everywhere. The farm truck's in its element.
Oh, that was fun!
That's super cool.
Let's do another one!
The Mitts boys are next to take on the crossing. Oh, they've just made it.
Yeah! I thought I was gonna die!
Like a rocket ship.
Holy heck!
Oh, we needed that. Needed that. Well done.
Anthony's given it the absolute berries to make it through. But those ruts just spun him off the line.
He's going backwards!
He's going back.
He's going to do it!
He might have this. What happened?
I didn't see this lob. Splash out now.
Well, it was a good crack, but once again, it's the winch to the rescue.
This mud is incredibly deceptive. Anthony's tyres are just a couple of inches into the slop, but the suction is incredible. And we're having to use a double line pull to get him through. And with just 3 or 4 vehicles across, this section is looking more and more menacing for the final Forbies. Bailey's up next and wisely opting to try and cut his own track off to the side to avoid those ruts. Keep on it.
Oh, I was flat the whole thing. Could not give it any more.
Mate, what a track. This
I
place
know.
is insane.
We thought we were through and then Bailey's gone down. It was actually my idea to go on the left side. So he's taken my advice and sung straight to his jazzy rail.
Bit of a bad one.
It's wet everywhere here, so
There's no good lines.
we're going to try and get Sam through. He's going to give it one go, like, and I mean one red hot go.
Yep.
He's going to come through. Then we're going to get the mid 79 as well as his 200 and hopefully pull this out because he's really stuck.
I think it'll do it. That'll be fine. The trick's going to be getting Sambo
Sam
through here.
through.
He's got lots of the powers though.
And mark my words, I reckon the Maverick truck is going to be a different shade of brown. After
Yeah,
this-
we
after
should
this
tell
run.
Bailey to put his window up. It's going to get nasty when he comes
All
through
right,
there.
let's call him through.
Roger, coming in hot.
200 series power. Here we go. Yes! Whoa! Look out! Yes! Whoa! That was epic, buddy.
Oh, mate!
Jocko's up next. Come on, mate. Show us what you got.
Oh. Come on! Come on, you little weapon! Get it! Get it! Yeah! You beauty! Oh, stop it! Yoo-hoo!
With the D-Max sailing through, we can move on to the recovery of Bailey's stuck vehicle.
Well, Bailey's so incredibly stuck that we've got Tim down at the big Mitt 79. We're going to be using his winch as well. So as Bailey's winching in, Tim's going to be winching in as well. So basically doubling the amount of force and hopefully that will get Bailey out of trouble.
The biggest issue here is the massive distance between us and the vehicle, and we're having to raid the convoy for enough extension straps to bridge the gap.
Right, boys, when you're ready.
Again, we're using a double line pull, which effectively doubles the amount of pulling power of the Runva winch.
As we get under winch, you can see the incredible force the winches are up against. The Maverick is just starting to move when Bailey's winch rope gives out.
Yeah, we're a bit worried about that. The rope wouldn't be able to handle it.
It's on to plan B, and again we're opting to unhook the camper and recover the two separately. Goes without saying, folks, when you're running long lengths of rope under high tension, use a recovery blanket and stand well back. Tim's got the 79 wedged up against a tree and is able to use the remote feature on the runver to operate the winch from a safe distance. And it's working a treat. Bailey is coming unstuck.
Might get ready for another recovery to pull mitts out backwards too.
Bailey's getting near to the end of the crossing, but now the 79 is bogged as well. So the next step is to winch the mitts truck backwards using the big 200. Then we can hopefully winch Bailey's rig through that final bit of mud.
Alrighty, we've got 50% of the equation out, vehicles out, four-wheel drive's out. We're just going to get that camper trailer now, which shouldn't be too bad, but I'm a bit concerned about that jockey wheel just digging into the mud, so we might have to come up with a smart solution for that, but we're getting close. We're getting close.
Now, the jockey wheel on the Maverick is a big, solid thing, and winching it through mud shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, it's moving. It's moving, heaps. It's out. It's out. Keep that coming.
But we've made a bit of a flaw in our calculations, and that winch position is just sending it straight into the mud.
Well, a bit of a change of plan. We actually got the tyres of the camper trailer unstuck. Now what we're going to do is actually spin the camper around with everyone sort of lifting and pushing it around so we can tow it backwards. That way I'll just be able to hopefully drag her out. Fingers crossed.
1, 2, 3.
Yep.
Yeah, that's good.
Yep. We got this. Go.
Oh, it's stuck, the wheels are stuck.
The trailer won't come around, so we're going to try another trick. This is something we've never tried before, but it could just be our ticket out of here.
All right, the plan here is to create a cradle. We're actually going to winch from the rear of the camper trailer forward. Stick with me here. As the winch extension straps go under the front and it takes the load, it has to physically pick the front of the trailer up and drag it forward. It's actually quite brilliant. I reckon this will work.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, look at how it's coming out of the water. Sure enough, it's working. The camper is on the move.
Literally ingenious. This will literally become the recovery model for camper trailers in mud. People will be calling it the four-wheel drive 24/7 technique. It's a bit like the Heimlich. You save people from choking. Similar but different. You watch. This will pop up in your lifetime.
The camper is soon creeping across the massive floodplain, but in order to be able to hook it up, we're going to need to back it into the middle of the track.
Well, this is our last ditch attempt to get the trailer back into the middle so we can hook it back up to the Ranger. So we're using just a little winch ring so we can change the direction, also get it up nice and high so we can lift it as it changes direction. Fingers crossed.
That's working like a charm, and the Maverick is coming back into the centre of the track. How good is that?
Yeah, popping up.
Look at the mud. My goodness gracious me.
I've never seen a camper trailer this muddy in my life.
Nah, that's next level.
And that's the thing, the bed and stuff will be dry as.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Come on, camper trailer.
And that right there is one wild recovery. But we got there and the trailer is through.
Here it comes. Here it comes.
It's doing it.
Covered in mud, but absolutely unscathed.
I'll do it.
Yeah! Happy days. Right, let's get it hooked up, mate. Stop it.
That is one of the most crazy things I've ever seen with a camper trailer.
I've never seen anything like it.
When it was stuck about 100 metres that way in the mud, I just thought, you know what, look, September's not that long
I was
to wait.
thinking October.
Yeah.
I truly was. I thought, there's no way you're going to get that out of there. And then we come up with some ingenious ideas, the rigging, everyone working together as a team, and she's up here.
Up here.
And I think this is the left-hand turn we need to make to take us south into drier ground, like dust and stuff.
You know what, I'm always keen for an adventure.
Yeah.
Mud, I'm done with mud.
Yeah, I don't need
I'm done with mud. It's been so bloody epic. I mean, to come out this far,
Western Cape,
you know, with this many vehicles and a camper trailer and catch, well, one of the biggest Saratoga I've ever seen.
It's a donkey. It's all been worthwhile. It's not over yet. We've still got about 50k to go to get back out of here, so.
River crossing.
Mate.
Maybe Bailey can have a bit of a bath, you might need it.
I'm going to put this sock on. Let's get out of here.
All right.
Well, I gotta say, this has been one of our hardest adventures in years, but so much fun. The West Coast is a wild place, but absolutely somewhere you should have on your bucket list to visit.
Well, mate, I've got to say it. This is going to go down as my craziest Cape York adventure ever.
Without a shadow of a doubt, mate. I'm knackered, I've got to say.
Yeah.
Thrilled to be behind the wheel of the 47 again.
I know.
Loving
Suits
life, mate.
you, mate.
Yeah, I love it here. I really do.
Hey, Jocko, you got a copy, mate?
I sure do, mate.
That's the go, mate. We were just discussing how this is the craziest Cape York adventure we've ever done, Graham and myself.
Oh, mate, absolute ball. First time to the West Coast, and I can see why you guys love it so much. Just a beautiful part of the Cape to visit, and I'm thankful I got to share the experience of and all the mud with you boys. It was an awesome trip.
You're not wrong, Jocko. Sam, you got a copy, mate?
Absolutely, I do.
I gotta say, mate, that 200, it saved our bacon plenty of times. That has done super well, mate. The way you've modified that for Cape York, it's just a beast.
Yeah, it's turned out to be the perfect vehicle for this trip. You know, heavy enough to tow some people out of some sticky situations, but still, you know, it's got the right setup to get through some of the spicy boys.
And probably just a fraction more comfort than the big farm truck, but only
Settle
just.
down,
Only
mate.
just.
Settle
Only
down.
just.
Oh, look, you know what? A little bit more comfortable, but half the character. That thing has been a treat to follow behind.
Yeah, you're not wrong, mate. And Bailey, mate, taking a camper trailer out here, I mean, I said it before, but it's the most stuck and most muddy I've ever seen a camper trailer, mate. So I guess you're smiling from ear to ear back there.
Oh, mate, I had an absolute ball. At one point, I didn't think it was going to come with us, but we got through with the big 200. It was absolutely a treat.
Yeah, I've got to say, mate, there was a time where Graham and I thought you'll be here till about September, October, but no, you've done extremely well, mate, to get a camper trailer through here, that's for sure. Talk about R&D testing, mate, you can tick all those boxes. And Tim and Anthony down the back there, mate, how you guys, far out. You've been as stuck as you've probably ever been and also done some of the best drives I've ever seen.
Yeah, mate, it's been a blast, eh? Real grateful to be able to get out on this property for sure.
You know, the one thing that's going to stick in my mind about this trip is when you and Tony first got up to that big lagoon, within 2 cars, you both had a Saratoga, mate. I had to bloody work hard to get one for myself. You guys must be wrapped.
Yeah, I was pretty chuffed with myself. I know Tone was. He definitely, Saratoga, especially before you, Sean, eh? You're a bit of a fisho, we all know that.
No, you guys did bloody well, mate, and the setup, holy heck, has it proved itself.
Yeah, the old Taj Mahal strikes again. This thing is a glamour to live out of, that's for sure.
I've got to say, mate, Anthony, Tailland Charlie.
What a legend of a bloke, mate. We've actually bumped into him a couple of times up in the Cape now. He's become a bit of a Cape correspondent for us. We give him a call, what's going on, and he's a true gentleman too.
He just lives and breathes his lifestyle. He's up in Cape York. It's his backyard, you know. And, you know, he's right at the back, so he had the hardest slog of all of us. And this is the funny thing about it, you have to actually leave like just a little bit, because he's got to literally be at work in a few hours.
He literally does.
So he's just in front of us a few Ks at the moment, but, I mean, that bloke, hats off to him, because, you know, he's just an absolute legend. With the challenge of the track behind us, it's time to push on to the next destination. And what I reckon we need right now is a couple of frothies at an iconic Cape York watering hole. And we've got just the place, the iconic Exchange Hotel in Cowan. This has been an adventure I reckon we'll never forget.
Well, mate, western side of Cape York. I tell you what, we said it in the car. We were in the car together and we decided that the western side of Cape, for us, takes the cake.
I've got to say, it's one of the toughest Cape York trips I've ever done this year. Getting stuck for 4 days in black soil country.
Yep.
We've dug probably, I don't know, a couple of metric tonne worth of black soil out of vehicles, easy, between us, and done some of the biggest recoveries I think I've ever been involved in.
Yeah, stunning part of the world. I mean, that side of the Cape just doesn't get seen. I don't know why. People sort of come straight up the guts and up the middle. Get out of the west, have a look.
Exactly,
and we haven't even done the coastal side of things. We can come back and do that.
Mate, exactly right. We just scratched the surface. That's what makes it so epic. And the fact that I could show you one of the biggest Saratoga you'll ever see, I mean, that makes it even better for me and the rest of the crew. Like, you could learn something.
Rightio, folks, we'll see you next time. On Board Roger. You boys have a good time?
Oh, absolute ball, mate.
Loved it.
Absolute
They
ball.
did.
I had a great time.
He really did. Cheers, folks. We'll
Cheers.
catch you next time. Cheers, big ears.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers, lads. Bloody good trip, eh? Cheers, mate.
Folks, we really hope you've enjoyed this adventure as much as we have. But stick around, because the outtakes are coming up. But first, let's have a look at some of the gear that made this trip possible.
Well, mate, you know, the end of an adventure when you get to the Cohen Exchange Hotel, place a bit of a crab pot. It's easy to get in, but once you get in, it's very hard to get out. It can be, mate.
Trapped myself a few times. Yep. Not tonight, though.
This is a bit of the trip where we want to go through a bit of the gear that we use that really help us go through trips like this. And this was a real hard one, mate. Black soil. It was wet as I've ever seen Cape York.
Did not expect that.
Very remote.
Yeah. Super, mate.
One of the things I want to go through, mate, and you guys might not have seen it. If you've got an eagle eye, you probably have, but I've done very basic mods to the big farm truck here. Now, one mod I reckon has made this trip just so much better is the fulcrum shockies I've got in here.
Thank the Lord.
I know, exactly right. Just having some nice riding suspension, even on an old truck like this. I mean, they make them for modern trucks, but even on the old farm truck as well. To know they've got that range that'll cover just about any single four-wheel drive out there.
And I don't think we're talking the gnarly stuff we've been doing. I think we're talking that high-speed corrugations, the washouts, the dips.
The 2,000 Ks to even get here, you know, it makes it so comfortable. And just having that, you know, makes the truck drive so much better.
Yeah, I agree. Look, one other thing I'd like to bring up too, right here, we've got one of these. On our heads, we've got these.
I was wondering what you're doing then.
Folks, we've been putting these things through their pace, we've been putting the clothing. Look at this guy here. He's one of the grubbiest blokes I know.
This is actually a new shirt, mate. It's just been rolling around down the pub here.
Sols, Snatch Clothing. It's been with us for a long time now, and I mean, it doesn't even need an introduction. This stuff, put it through its paces up here.
Snatch Clothing. I mean, look, one of the cool things about this brand is the clothing isn't just a bunch of prints we just chuck on a t-shirt and then put it on the website for you to buy. Now, Snatch Clothing is born and bred in the bush. Now, what that means is before we release anything on the website, we make sure it's tested out in conditions like this. Now, I've been in the same shirt for the whole week, and that's just tried and tested. I've been in and out of water crossings, in and out of the mud, and you know, it's just good quality stuff. And the best thing is it's not, you know, it's affordable as well.
And one other thing I love, everything turn around if you would, please.
Uh-oh.
Every single shirt and design comes with a story that Sean and myself, Jocko, a few other boys,
all the guys
have lived and breathed.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's not just something we've sort of gone, oh, we need another bloody design, let's think of something. No, it's all something we've lived and breathed.
Yeah, that's true.
I love that. I think
That's
because you can look back, especially us, because we know the behind story, something we can't even tell you, folks.
That's right.
Probably a bit how you're going, but yeah, the whole lot is born in the bush, bred in the bush, by four-wheel drivers, for four-wheel drivers.
It really is, mate. It really is. Now, another product I want to talk about is the old GME radio inside this truck. Now, basically every mod, except for the probably suspension and the tyres, I basically rated from my shed. So I'm talking about the GME radio in here used to be the one in the Dirty 30. Now, so it's really old. It doesn't even have 80 channels, only a 40 channel one, but it's that old and it still works. It still works. That's the main thing. I've got that and a couple of handhelds we can race around the bush with, and you know, we're just using basically a couple of old handhelds I had in the shed, plus the old GME radio. And I mean, you know, you got to have communications out in the bush.
100%.
And they don't get much better. You know, in my opinion, you buy once, you buy right. And it's one of those things that'll outlast your truck. I mean, your truck might not, you know, survive the punishment, but some of the good accessories will. And that's what I've done here.
I think what we're trying to say is don't overcapitalise. Have a look at what you've got and just level playing field, mate. Now, look, you might notice what I've got right here in my hand. Empty stubby holder. I'm going to go and put something in this. Folks, right now I'd like you to settle back, relax, and watch this bloke make an absolute fool of himself.
I guarantee, mate. I guarantee you. You watch it yourself. You'll see. You'll see. When you're doing wings on, like any sort of chili wings or anything like that.
Hang on, I got a beer in my eye. Sorry.
That is calm.
I got beer in my eye.
Just trying to do recovery. Whatever recovery gear we got, it's down on the truck.
There he is. Going backwards is not going to really work now for us because there's so much mud underneath the vehicle. Ow!
I've dropped him. I dropped two now.
What sort of fish eats that? If you're out there and you're a fish, comment below. Yeah, we got the trailer off. Actually went, ow! Rightio, we got the trailer off.
Oh dear. Righto, let's give this another go.
Swamp. What are you doing in my swamp?
Hey,
Ah.
Jock will then come in.
That's my stomach.
Yeah, Jock will come in with the chicken.
It's freckly and white.
Right. I'll steer you change gears.
All right. Which one's the gear stick? The little stubby one?
Yeah, the little stubby one.
It's not a bad rig.
I'm here.
Alright, you want to roll your in-car?
We're on. He can talk if you grab it.
Righto, here comes far out.
Coiled, mate.
And look at it. No, just kidding. You go over there, mate. You just did a good job. See you later. Let's hit the showers.
Righto, Bailey's that. It's not a bad hot though.
No,
That's
it's
the
like,
best.
it's a manageable hot. Like, it's like, yum. I am about to die.
This is iconic. Ladies, what are your thoughts? Grow it longer or shave it? Tell us in the comments below.
So have a safe trip and enjoy your time. I hope to see you soon.
Yep. That's the mayor of Cullen.
Mate.
Absolute ripper
I'm
trip.
pretty ripped.
I'm gonna put
no, I'm not. I've been smoking pot. Mum, turn your ears off.
It's good kids having fun in the bush. My feet hurt.